Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. My name's Spencer, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things to avoid on your hotel, Airbnb, or Vrbo website. Stick around until the end for a 4th bonus tip as well, something you probably haven't thought of. And be sure to subscribe so that you can see more of this style content coming to your inbox, as well as notifying you on YouTube or whatever channel you're on. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Tip number 1, thing that you must avoid on building on your new property, your existing property, whatever type of property you have, website, is avoid building on platforms like Wix, Weebly, and Squarespace, or any of these new building. There's a lot of these out there. Even the GoDaddy platform now has something called the GoDaddy website builder. A lot of these companies will run ads to you on TV that are saying you should build your website here. There's a lot of problems with these sites. First and foremost is you're restricted to whatever the platform can give you. Now this sounds like it's not going to be a huge problem. Oftentimes Wix or Squarespace will only give you 10 to 20 different themes or templates to choose from, and you're stuck within the creative mold of those themes or templates. This also raises another problem, and if you're familiar with the phrase SEO or search engine optimization, you know that that can be really damning to getting found online. The problem with that is that you are using some other developer's code, and oftentimes when you're trying to be found, you're unable to be found. You all want this as well. Our guests are Googling things like places to stay near, and then insert attraction or a city, or hotels or unique stays or resorts located in, insert your city or town. The odds of you being found by that search on a Squarespace or a Wix or a Weebly website are very, very low. Unless you are the only property in that town, it's going to be difficult for you. The way that you can fix this would be to develop on a platform called WordPress. WordPress is amazing. Subscribe to this channel, you can see more WordPress updates and tips. WordPress allows you creative freedom to do almost anything. It also lets you work in search engine optimization as much as you would like, and allows you to do that with various plugins, unlimited content types, articles, and there are no developer boundaries. We highly recommend developing in a tool called Divi. Divi is the #1 building app on the WordPress platform. It allows you to be as creative as you would like, lets you do search engine optimization in an extremely effective way, and creates a beautiful site at the end that your guests will love and book on. All right guys, second tip, use your space wisely. This website is going to be your best salesman. The reason I say that is that when people come to the website, they will most likely have already seen you from places like Expedia, Booking.com, and now they're looking for further validation by visiting your website. Make sure that you give them the most you have to offer. Look at these examples. A lot of times these properties will just put up a website out of necessity, and there's a lot of poor space used. There's a lot of blank space here. There's not a lot of information. Even the pictures are difficult to see. When we create a website, we want it to tell a story. Who are you? Why should you stay at the property? Things that are visual and engaging should be used throughout the website. Pictures, videos, GIFs, anything that you can do to draw people's attention back into the website and create a conversion or a booking. Remember that 67% of people are likely to refer you to a friend or a family member even without booking, just by liking your online presence. All right guys, tip number 3, and this one is really easy to fix. This is like maybe a 30-minute fix max, depending on how you've set your site up. Do not have a slow load time. We've learned that independent properties like yours only have about a 7 to 3 day booking period, which means that oftentimes they're impulse trips or people are already on the road. That means that, going back to the first tip, someone will be Googling places to stay near and then insert whatever you're close to. We want to make sure that people are able to find you and do it quickly. The reason that companies like Expedia or Booking.com are getting all these bookings is because their websites are fast and easy to use. So the way to fix this is one of about 3 things. Number 1, look at your website and are you on a shared server? If you're not on a shared server, that's great. You're almost always on something called a VPS, which stands for a virtual private server. You want to be on a virtual private server because that means that you have the dedicated uptime, the dedicated download time, and you're the only site on there. Tip number 2, make sure that your site isn't content heavy. Now, I want to make sure you follow me here. Content is a good thing. You want pictures, you want videos. If you drop a giant video file on your website will slow down. If you have a massive vector image or a massive JPEG on your website, your site will be slow. You can compress these, make them smaller without reducing the quality of the image or video, and still have the same type of quality. The third thing would be if you have unnecessary pages, and a lot of times you do. If you develop in Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, what happens is the pages tend to get duplicated and it just slows down the overall site. It's like carrying extra weight that you do not need to be carrying. Look at those 3 things and identify which of those can you choose. Again, overall, even if you do all of these, this should be a 30-minute update. All right, guys, you stuck around till the end. Thank you so much. Here is tip number 4. This is the bonus tip. Again, before we get into the bonus tip, please subscribe because we will be producing videos like this all the time. We don't want you to miss out on any of these. But without further ado, the 4th tip, have amazing content. Invest in a good videographer, photographer, buy a DSLR camera, whatever. Just get good content. Check out some of these examples that I have to share with you. This is an example of really amazing content, someone who gets it. This content will sell the experience every day of the week over something with poor content. My advice to you would be to invest in quarterly content, something that is produced all 4 seasons of the year, that shows summer, winter, spring, and fall experiences that you can place on your website, and that you can also distribute to your media channels, such as your Facebook, your Instagram, and anywhere else you're sharing content to. Certainly your Google My Business will benefit from this, and also your booking. Remember that a lot of times it takes several impressions for someone to make a booking. They're coming to your website for validation that the information that they found on a third-party OTA is the right information, and they also want to stay at your property. So make sure that your website is telling a story, engages the user, and is always leading them to a conversion through your content. That's it, guys. That's the whole video. Thank you for sticking around. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe. Email me at spencer@thevibrantteam.com. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Looking forward to talking with you again in the future. If you have any video suggestions or content that you want to see, again, shoot me an email and we'll be happy to make it. Thank you.